the suggestion has always been that this is a business that attracts sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So, when all of that starts to surround you and starts to grow and you get caught up in the vortex of it all,
yes,
how are you going to not get caught up in it?
I think that you just have to be smart. You have to know, and everything comes back to family and having a great family and being able to have someone to talk to about, because sometimes I get like lonely almost, like, because I am with so many people, but sometimes I feel like I was on the road, I'm always traveling, I don't really get to talk to many people. I talk to my mom, and so I think that it's all about being able to connect with somebody that you can talk to and be able to let your emotions out and be able to just talk about those things before they happen, because some people don't have no clue. They haven't had these conversations, and they just experiment and stuff like that. So I've always been taught that drugs are bad and that sex, you wait till you're married and stuff like that. So I have so many people that are guiding me in the right direction, and that I don't see myself doing the wrong thing.
How important is the church in your life?
It's very important. Like I said, I've traveled so much and don't get to go to church as much as I would like, but I think that as long as I stay close to God and be able to open my Bible, and just the Bible really helps me stay humble as well.
When you were a kid growing up in Stratford, I mean, what's your earliest memory of growing up in Stratford?
The earliest memory of growing up in Stratford, well...
Were you an active kid? Were you interested in sports?
I was
active. Were you
active.
interested in music? What were your
Yeah, I always really, like, played a lot of sports and stuff, and I always, like, just was a regular kid. I don't know really how else to put it. I was outgoing. I like to just... I was a troublemaker. I don't know. I think that all kids got into trouble, and all kids, I wasn't like overly a troublemaker, but I think that every kid gets into trouble. I was like...
Like what? How did you manage to push your mother's buttons?
Just like, I think that just sometimes talking back to my mom, and because especially now as a 15-year-old boy, nobody like... And I'm with my mom all the time. I'm with her 24/7, so no kid is with their mom that much. So I think we butt heads and stuff, but we're close, so it really helps.
What about your relationship with your father? Are you close to him?
I am. I'm very close to my dad. I don't get to see him a lot because I'm on the road, and he lives here in Canada. But I'm actually flying out. I get to go see him in a couple of days. He's actually having another baby boy, and I'm going to be able to go see him, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
But your dad really wasn't a part of your life when you were growing up.
No, he was. He's always really been there. My parents broke up when I was very young, but he was always around. I was with him like every other weekend, and I do have a great relationship with him.
Okay, and you spoke about your grandparents before and how much you love your grandpa in particular, who, well, no, I shouldn't say that, your grandpa and grandma, they're very much a part of your life because you lived with them as well. You've got a room in their home.
Yeah, I didn't live with them, but I was over there a lot. Me and my mom always really lived together, but my mom was basically a single mom. I hang out with my dad too, but they both worked, my mom and my dad. My mom, though, worked a lot, so I would go over to my grandparents' house to go play and just hang out with my grandparents. So, and when my mom was at work, my grandparents would take me to hockey and stuff like that.
I guess it's got to be hard now because you're away a lot to have best friends.
Yeah. Do
you have any best friends?
Yes, I have two best friends, Chaz and Ryan. My two best friends, they've been there from the beginning, and they'll be my friends for life.
What about the fact that, and it happens, you know, no matter what you can do, you can be the nicest person in the world, but there can be jealousy?
Yeah.
Among your contemporaries, your peers at school and back home in Stratford?
There are a lot of jealous people.
Yeah.
Jealousy has really gone on like all my life. Just sometimes, like, there's a lot of jealous people out there. So I don't know. Sometimes I've been able to do stuff that people can't do, and they get jealous. And I mean, I didn't grow up with a lot of friends. So, and people resent me now that I've gotten to be where I've gotten. And so, but my 2 best friends, I've been there from the start, and they'll love me forever. And yeah, we have a really great relationship.
But you live in Atlanta now.
I live in a suitcase. I travel so much, but I do have a residence in Atlanta, yes.
Yeah, living in a suitcase, huh?
Yeah.
What do you pack in your suitcase? What's in that suitcase?
Clothes for days. I don't know. Candy. Yeah.
Any memorabilia, any photographs, anything of a personal nature that you carry with you to bring home closer to you?
Actually, not really. I don't know. I lose stuff really easily, so I try to keep stuff that I think is important. I really keep at home because I lose stuff really badly. I get that from my mom.
So when you go home, which I guess doesn't happen that often,
no.
What do you like to do?
What do you mean it's home? Because
I don't know. That's a good question. What is home?
I still consider Stratford home. Okay. I have a house in Atlanta, and I think it's somewhat home. When I'm there, it feels kind of like home, but nothing feels like home like where I'm from.
Okay.